Good morning, everyone. I am Corinne Braxton, and I am coming to you today live. Today's date is Tuesday, May 30th, 2023. I can't believe it's the end of May. We have one more day, and then we will be moving to our new house. And it's going to be a little chaotic in the next few days. I'm a little bit worried about it. But anyway, it's beautiful weather here today in Montana. It's sunny, and I don't know, it's probably about 60 some degrees right now. It's supposed to get up to 72. And it's beautiful and sunny and green out there. Hey, Cindy, good to see you this morning. I'm going to just check for a minute to see if I can find myself on my, I have two iPads set up. Oh, I found myself easily this morning. This is amazing. Sometimes, hey, Stacy, Cindy. Oh, good. You never know what you're getting with Facebook. Karen, nice to see you this morning. Oh, thank you, Stacy. That is wonderful that you shared. I always appreciate it when you share my video with your friends. You can thumbs up and hearts, like, all those things. And please do subscribe so you'll be notified when I'm going live. That's sort of important too. If it's later on, this is all recorded and it'll be on my Facebook Live business page, Crafting Creations with Corinne, by Corinne. And then I put it on my YouTube channel also. So if you want to go back, you can always watch on YouTube. And I have, in both places, I have the directions. Hey, Lisa, good to see you this morning. I have go under, we're under description, it'll say more, and you can click on more and expand that, and you'll see all the directions for the cards. Hey, Carla, good to see you this morning. So glad all of you found me so quickly, and I found myself. That's pretty amazing. So anyway, I do appreciate all the thumbs up and hearts. That really helps Facebook know that people are interested in watching me, and it helps me grow my business. So anyway, you guys can chat with each other and say, you might tell us where you're from too, what state you're coming to from us. Carla, I know you're in Wisconsin. My sisters and I just came back from our my Norway incentive trip that I earned last year. It was a really great trip. What a beautiful country. And it was really fun to be with all these other Stampin' Up people again. Some of them we hadn't seen around the world. Some of our Australian and European friends we hadn't seen for 4 years. So it was really fun to reconnect again. Anyway, and it was really fun to be with my sisters. So it was all good. I had some problems. I have a problem with my leg. I can barely walk. Hey, Martina, thank you. And I can barely walk. There's something wrong with my leg. I'm going to see my chiropractor this afternoon, then I'm going to go to Bridger Urgent Care, and that's an orthopedic place. See if I can get something going with the doctor there. Anyway, and then we're going to be moving. So I have a lot of ladies coming over this afternoon, or right after the video, actually at 11:30, to help start packing up things. So in the next 2 days. And this is going to be a big move. Hey, Munch, good to see you too. My husband keeps saying, this is a big move. Last year we moved to this temporary house, which I have really loved. It's small and very easy to manage, but our new house is big, and it's gorgeous. I'm going to have a beautiful craft room upstairs. We do have an elevator, but it's not in yet, so that's unfortunate. But anyway, I'm hoping they'll get the parts for that, and that'll be in the next week. So anyway, I do want to bring up right now real fast before I forget, I have a note here. Our good friend Kathy Wilkerson, who's on my team, and she is having kidney transplant tomorrow. So please keep her in your prayers, Kathy. And then the donor for her kidney too. I can't remember her name offhand, but anyway, it's a kidney transplant, and she's down in Fort Collins, Colorado. So please keep those prayers and good vibes going tomorrow for Kathy and her donor. Alrighty, let's see if we can, let's see if I can see myself here. Just going to expand that a little bit so I can read the comments. I can see myself here. Oops. Just going to expand that a little bit so I can read the comments. I have to get the mute. I have to get it on mute, so I can't, somehow I'm not able to. I have to get it on mute. Oh goodness, I can't get it onto mute. Oh goodness, I can't. Okay, there we go. Let's see once here. Sorry about that, ladies. Well, I'm. There we go. Let's see once here. Sorry about that, ladies. Cannot. Let's see once here. Sorry, cannot. I cannot get it. Sorry about that. Hey, Pam. Good to see you. Where are you from? Sorry about that. Hey, Pam. Oh, I don't know here. Maybe I bet my battery is dead or something in my computer. I don't know. I can't. Maybe I bet my battery is dead or something in my computer. I don't know. I can't. There we go. Okay, sorry about. Oh, Hawaii. Okay. All right, ladies, close your eyes, and I'm going to flip the camera so you can see my paper pumpkin that just arrived. It is a gorgeous one. Here it is. Oh, it's one of the prettiest paper pumpkins that I have ever seen. It has a beautiful box with mountains and streams, and it looks just perfect for Montana. It comes with copper clay and twine, and there's lots of envelopes and some pretty boho blue tissue paper, lots of stamps. And the paper pumpkins are $22, or maybe they're $23 now. I think they went up in price. Anyway, I have some of these for sale. We can cash and carry these. And so I have a couple of these. If anyone is interested, that would be, but it's $22 plus shipping, or you can pick it up at my door. So the shipping would be $10. So that makes it a little bit more expensive but shipping, but it is a beautiful set. And these are the envelopes. Oh my goodness, pretty as can be, with copper clay, boho blue, and moody mauve. Just pretty. And these are a couple cards that I just made this morning to show you. I just stamped. They're so easy, but aren't they pretty? It's just a beautiful, beautiful set. And it didn't take me long. I only did 3. I mean, you can make 9 total, I believe it's 9. But I wanted to show you that. So that is that. And now we're going to go on to our project for today. We're going to be using one of my favorite stamps, one of our new stamps from the catalog called Courage and Faith. And when I first saw this in the catalog, I thought, oh my goodness, I love it. It is, it's just perfect because I love vertical sentiments and designs. So often I want to use a vertical sentiment, and we have very few of those in the catalog. Most of them are horizontal. Anyway, it's a neat set. There's no dies or punches to go with it, so you can do whatever you want. That is on, let me see once here. We have it in the new catalog. We're going to be using the Earthen Elegance paper to go with it today, and that's on page 130. Beautiful. We're going to do 3 different colors, 3 projects, and the stamps are on page 72 if you would like to order these. I think it's a great set. And also it has the set below it is Hope and Prayer. That was in the catalog last year. That is one of my favorites. So you are in my prayers. That's just everything. Hope anchors the soul. We're not using that today, but I have used it many times, and it's a definitely a keeper. And then this one with the Bible verses, I think, is a fabulous card. There's some nice little designs right here on it. Show you how to use this. It shows this new die that I'm going to use that today too. So we're going to make 3 cards, and they're going to be all slightly different using this set. So let's do our first card, And our first card will be this one. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. And then I did a tag. I stamped on that, and it's like that. So all I'm doing here is cutting off part of my thick white cardstock. So let's begin. I'll show you how easy this is. So we're going to take our bits and pieces out. And I'm going to use some little of this lemon lime ribbon. And we've got this tag. The tags are from, let me see once I can keep things straight. The tags are, these are the Tailor Made Tags. I was so thrilled. I use these a lot. They were in our catalog last year. And they're just they're such a good set that I have 2 of them, because when I'm cutting for classes, it's easier to put 2 dies in at the same time. They have little things at the top too. I don't use those very often, but they really add a lot to the card. And then we're going to be we're using the Wonderful Thoughts dies, these hearts. There's 2 different hearts, 2 different sizes, and this is from the Wonderful Thoughts set. So that's what we're using on this card for some of the little extras. Okay, we're going to start with, I always like to use my thick white card stock for my bases because it's just a little heavier. 5.5 by 8.5. I'm going to cut this off at 1 1/4. Then we're going to have some designer paper. This is Misty Moonlight, 2 3/4 by 5 1/4, and a tag. And that's all we need. So I'm going to bring my paper trimmer up, and I'm going to do the first thing. I'm going to cut off 1 1/4 inches. Now remember, I'm going to have, you're welcome to take screenshots anytime. Let's see, now you can probably see it. Okay, I'm cutting off 1 1/4. Just cut it off like that. And you can save that little piece. I'm going to show you how to use that on the third card today. So I'm going to give this a good bone folding like that. And now we're going to do our stamping. So we're going to stamp in black, and let me get my ink out. We're going to do Trust in the Lord. And it is a fairly, I better put this here so you can see it. Okay, it's a fairly large stamp. I use a bigger block. Let's ink it up really well. It's photopolymer. So I'm just going to put it right here. Let it sit for a second, let it soak in. There we go. And that's all done. And now we're going to do our little design. I love how Stampin' Up! Gave us 2 of these sprigs that you'll see in just a second. We're going to put 1 sprig. Here's my host code too, if you can, for May. This is just 1 more day, and then I'll be creating a June host code. So I'm going to put this right here on the left, like that. Then I'm going to do the one that faces the opposite direction. Give it a good inking up, stamp it up. You know, and Shelley Gardner and her sister were the originators of the Stampin' Up! Business, the company, and the company is 35 years old. Anyway, it's always so fun to see Shelley. Her daughter, Sarah Douglas, is now the CEO of the company, but Shelley is still very involved. And I always like visiting with her. She's just a delight. So we're going to color that in just a second, but I'm going to put this on. I'm going to give this just thick so it doesn't, I'm going to put this on. But anyway, I got to have my picture taken with her, and I got to visit with her a couple times. And so did my sisters. We do that every trip. We take a picture with Shelley. And I got to talk with Shelley's husband, Sterling. He's very nice. And also with Sarah. So anyway, there we go. This is the Misty Moonlight from the Earthen Elegance. So this is Earthen Elegance. There's that Misty that I'm using on this. So that's that copper clay. I love this. I love this paper. And by the way, ladies, in a couple more days, starting June 1st, we were going to have a designer sale, a sale on all designer papers that are 15% off, which is pretty exciting. Okay, let's color this now. So I'm going to bring in my, silicone mat so you can see this better. And we're going to bring in our reds. Let's see, I think I have Sweet Sorbet and, oh, that's Poppy. We're going to use Poppy. We're going to use the Poppy Parade, and there we go. So, anyway, the reason I was saying, started talking about Shelley Gardner was because she called the company Stampin' Up. So you're stamping up your ink pads, which is just, it's probably how she and her sisters came up with the idea. So I'm just going to do this really quickly using the brush. I'm using the bullet end, which is the small end. I'm not shading or anything. I'm just giving it some color. So we had a great time visiting different ports. You know, it's sort of odd going on a vacation where, you know, it's almost summertime now here and warm weather, but we were all thankful we had our puffy jackets, our winter coats along, because Norway is cold. It's quite far north, and the sun doesn't set. I mean, at 11 o'clock at night, it was still very, very bright out. And we stopped at different ports, Olden, Stavanger. I don't know, the pronunciation of Norwegian is quite complicated. Geiranger was another. We were going to stop there, but it was too windy and rough, and we could not dock. So we went on. We saw some beautiful waterfalls, the Seven Sisters. We four sisters saw Seven Sisters waterfall. It was cool. And now I'm just dotting these with the parakeet. You could use the lemon lime. I just grabbed parakeet. I like the parakeet really well. And there we have it. And now we're going to do our bow. And I'm going to just take this ribbon. This is part of, it comes with, this one is petal pink. You can sort of see that. And the green's a duo pack. I really like this when Stampin' Up does that. It's a ribbon, so you get 5 yards of each color with this combo. But anyway, that's where this is from. I'm going to fold it in half. I'm going to make sure my ends are nice and sharp. I'm going to get my ribbon scissors out, my little snips. Just make sure those are nice and sharp edges. And then I take, oh, my fingers are sort of fumbling here. So, oops, I can't, there we go. I'm going to take this, and I like to go from the back, take your ends, push it in. You can always take your scissors and poke them through, like, you know, if it's thicker, you can just poke it through like that. Okay, and then I'm going to bring this through like this half hitch. And there we have our tag. I think these would be wonderful bookmarkers. Just going to snip those ends, and there we have it. I don't know how we would make it so that we could remove it, but we're going to pop this up, and then we're going to put our green hearts on too. So I'm going to pop this up with some dimensionals. I'm going to take a couple of my big ones that I cut from the foam sheets, just like that. Anyway, so in Norway, we were very happy to have warm clothes along. We certainly did not ever need shorts or capris or anything like that. It was definitely wool sweaters and jackets kind of weather. So I have 2 hearts here that I have, and I'm going to just glue the big one down first. This is a card that I designed for a swap back in April. So this is one of the first stamps that I used. Okay, I'm going to take that little heart upside down, and I'm going to just cut. I'm going to cut one of my little dimensionals, little pieces. I have a whole, oop, that's wrong scissors here. I don't like to, I am very particular about my scissors. I do not like to cut anything with the ribbon scissors. So here's the little tiny one, or dimensional I cut in half. And now we'll take that off. I love these hearts in this die set. It's really, really nice. Oops, I'm a little crooked. There we go. There we have it. And what I should have done was should have cut some paper. I didn't cut any paper for a envelope, but that's okay. We don't need to have that. So we're going to put a gem on here. I think I'm going to use one of these. These are the in color. These are on low inventory, the in color dots. I love them. I've used several sheets of these already. I'm just going to put one of these blue ones on the Misty Moonlight ones. Well, they're not Misty Moon. They're boho blue, but this is Misty Moonlight paper. And I think it will just be great to put it on with, oops, like this. There we go. And our card is finished. Card number 1. Wasn't that easy? So if you'd like to craft along with me, you certainly can. You can get some cardstock and a base and cut that off, and there you have it. There's our first card, and let's do our second one. This one is this one. We're using the Moody Mauve, and again, we're using the same designer series package. It's this one on the back is that sort of a herringbone almost in the pebble color. So that's the Moody Mauve. We'll do that one next. And we're going to use the Moody Mauve ink. So let's get all of our bits and pieces ready for that. And let me get Moody Mauve here. Oh, I guess I should have stamped the other one in Misty Moonlight. I had the Misty Moonlight ink pad, but we just did everything in black. So I think what I'll do first is we're going to stamp we are going to stamp our design. We'll do our stamping first. And this one is going to be, what did I say? In everything, give thanks. In everything, give thanks. We're going to take our I've already cut. It was 5.5 by 8.5. We're going to cut off 1 1/4. I did score this, of course. I'm going to set that right there. That's actually for the next card. There's a little spot on there. Okay, we're going. That doesn't look right to me. Doesn't look like enough space. I'm going to redo that one. I think that doesn't look right. I prepared these before I left on my trip, so yeah, that's way off. We're gonna cut. I definitely cut that wrong. So let's take a new base, and we're just going to cut off 1 1/4 inches, like that. Save that little piece. Put trimmer down there. I'm gonna give it a good bone folding because it's better to have your card lying flat when you're doing this. Okay, we're going to, in everything, give thanks in the Moody Mauve. There we go. Isn't that a pretty? This was designed by, this is $1 million set. Let me tell you whose input was used for this set. I'm not sure now. It is from Natalie Travis. I don't know her. I've never met her. But isn't it a wonderful stamp? I think it's great to have some stamps with some Bible verses or encouraging verses on it. Okay, let's put that aside. The Moody Mauve ink. This mauve is such a, like from the 1980s. That was such a popular color back then. We're going to stamp our design in the Momento just because I'm coloring with my blends. So we're going to stamp in Black Momento. We're going to use the other one this time. So we'll give it a, there we go. It's a little bit light. I think I better ink it up just a little bit more. This one is going to, there we go, that's better. I inked it up better that time. Okay, and we're all done with that. So we'll put that aside. And now we're going to make our card. So we're going to put our designer series paper on, 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. And remember, I will have all of these measurements below my video. It takes me a little, it'll take me probably 15-20 minutes to get, I have them all typed up, so all I have to do is get everything ready to go on the business page, and then I will put them on. It takes a little longer on YouTube, so there we go. In everything, give thanks. And now we're going to color this, and I'm going to color it with, and I have my hearts already for that. We're going to make this a monochromatic card, so everything is going to be in these pinks and mauve colors. Actually, I have my mauve ink out, but I'm going to use my light bubble bath. I keep thinking bubble gum, but it's going to be bubble bath. And I think we'll use the light one. Let me get my reading glasses back on. There we go. I'm going to just color these in. We're going to make the leaves, everything is going to be pink. So we're going to give it, this one's going to be a little different. Probably the mauve was, the other design was a little, you could use 2 different colors a little bit better, but we'll do a little shading, maybe that'll help. Just making it slightly different than the one I did before. There's that. Okay, let's take a mauve now. Let me see what's here. We'll take the light mauve, light moody mauve. I'm just going to give it a little bit of little definition in there like that, maybe a little bit. Just Stampin' Up gives us those lines to just a little bit of definition to it. Now I'm going to go back. Oops, this one doesn't, this is missing color. I'm going to go back and I'm going to go over this with my bubble bath again, just to blend it. I like to make little circles when I'm doing some blending. Just going over each one a little bit. There we go. I am not sure how all the unpacking will go in our new house, and I cannot promise you that I will be live next Tuesday. I'm hoping to be, but I don't know. We will see. I have more boxes of craft things than I do anything else in the entire house, my husband says. So we'll see how it all goes. I'm going to have a couple friends help me unpack it, and my daughter-in-law. I'm going to put this heart, and that's the Moody Mauve, and we're going to get some ribbon, and we're going to take the, this is the Moody Mauve textured ribbon. Very, very pretty. It ties nicely. It works really well. I'm going to add while I'm thinking of it, I'm going to add the mauve little heart, or not heart, it's a dot. We're going to put a dot right there. This is for that monochromatic look. Monochromatic, all one color, different shades of pinks. So again, we're going to take our ribbon, and I'm going to make sure both ends are nice. This one does fray. I'm going to take my 2 ends like that, so I have the pointed ends like this. I'm sorry, I can't see the comments, so I hope you're still there and you're talking with each other, sending hearts and thumbs up. I can't look at that while I'm talking and demonstrating, but I will go back and read all the comments. So I'm going to pull it through, and then I'm going to just tuck those ends through the ribbon like that. I feel like I'm all fingers here. Not usually this hard. I'm trying to show you, and and I don't want to pull it too hard to rip that hole. There we go. And we have a nice little knot right there on the front. You want the knot to be on the front, like a men's necktie or bow tie, I guess. There we go. This one's getting shorter and shorter. I could have used a little longer piece of ribbon, but there we go. And we'll put some large pieces of foam tape on here. And you see how it shows through? You want that. That means that you've done a good job with your coloring. If you don't show through, then it's not colored very well or enough to shade it, make shading. So I'm putting these on like that. And this card is finished also. Look at that. Pretty neat. Here's the other one. This one I used the other design. This one uses those, I don't know what they're called actually, but I probably could have stamped it over a little bit more to the right, but very easy. We could add a little bit of Wink of Stella if we wanted, but we're going to just leave it as we are for that. Now we're going to go on to our final card, and that one is going to be a variation. So this is May the Lord Bless You and Keep You from Numbers 624. And it's got a flap like this. This is super simple, really not hard at all. The hardest part is putting the ribbon on and making sure you do that and don't forget. So here we go. And it's just like the other ones. This is the paper that we're using. It's this one with the copper clay and pecan, this variegated one, and then this one. That's the back of that, which I love. And there's the blue on the other side for that. Okay, we're going to take our card, our pieces out, and let's put this all together. We have just slightly different, so our card base, this one I cut correctly, it's 5.5 by 8.5. I scored it at 5.5 or 4 1/4 like a normal card. Then I cut off 1 1/4. Now I saved that. This is the part that was cut off. And then I scored it. You wouldn't have to, but I did score it at 2 3/4. And then I'm going to add this right here to the card. So I'm going to put this down so you can see a little better, the silicone mat. I want to add a little bit of ribbon to that first before I glue that down. So I've got some ribbon right here. And I am going to take my heavy duty Seal Plus. I'm just going to real lightly run it across like that. And then I'm going to just put my, we're going to put it on like that. That's how I always do ribbon. I put the adhesive on the piece and lay the ribbon down. And there we have it. This part's going to get covered up. So now I'm going to add some adhesive to the whole back piece. Okay. You want the folded edge to go, oops, things are sliding around here. You want the, there we go. We're going to just guess at the middle of it. There we are. Okay, and that's going to go like that. I think it might be a little crooked. I don't know if I can get that up without, I think I can. There we go. I think that's a little bit better. Now I'm going to take this piece of designer paper that's just a normal size mat, 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm going to cover up that. So we're just going to use our adhesive, regular stamping seal adhesive, and we're going to put that right over this. There we go. And that's going to be like that. We're going to give that a good bone folding crease right there. And now this designer paper, this is the one that has the little etching on it. Here's the other side with the peacock. This one's 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. Okay, we're going to have just like that. And now, isn't that pretty? So I couldn't decide if I want to use copper or pecan. And I decided on the pecan because it just, both colors are in the papers. So anyway, I chose the copper. So now I'm going to put my copper piece down. We only need to put it right on top of this. So we're going to, I like to have my stitching on the, there we go. We want to have it right in the middle. Nothing hard about that card. So that's most of it. So now we need to do our stamping. Oh, I'm going to do one more thing here, and then we're going to do our stamping. So I have a piece of, this is the new die. Oh, it's a wonderful one. I think it's called Nested Essentials. Nested Essentials, and this is what it looks like. It is a fabulous set. I think it's one that everyone should, it's a must-have set that everyone should own. It's got these really cool pieces. It could be used horizontally or vertically. And it's got the banners, and it's got these rectangles that are sort of rounded on the edges. So I think it's a super set. It doesn't have a stamp that goes with it. It's at the back of the catalog. I'm not sure what page it's on, but it's in the back where the dies are, and it's all by itself. It's a standalone die. There are several that Stampin' Up! Has given us that are standalone. So we're going to put that back, and we're going to cover this up with that designer paper. We don't have to do that. I mean, it's okay to have it like that, but it just gives it a little bit, just pretty to use some more designer paper. And let's see, once here, we're just going to match up the edges like that. And that's all done. Now all we have to do is our stamping. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside for a minute. And we're going to bring in our, we have 2 mats. And we're going to do May the Lord Bless You and Keep You. We're going to stamp it in the copper clay ink. Love these. I love new stamp pads. They're just so nice and juicy. I've got sort of a big block here. I'm going to just turn it sideways. There we go. Isn't that pretty? And then we're going to go back and use our these little pieces. We're going to stamp those in copper clay. Oh, I got a little bit of the edges. This is sort of an odd shaped block. I'm going to just go, I'm going to go like this along the top. Ink it up again. Do this. I'm going to wipe that off. I should have used the long skinny, there we go. And now on the other card, on the inside, we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to, we're just going to decorate like that and like that, and we'll leave space for writing. And we're done with the ink. Now I'm going to show you, we're not going to color with our blends this time, we're going to color with our blender pen. This is something that has a solution in it. It just helps blend. It doesn't have alcohol ink in it like the others, which is permanent. This is good for, like, watch how I'm just going to pull. Do you see how it sort of pulls the ink like this? Just pulls it from the copper that I used. I love this. This is a very, very old coloring technique. I mean, it's been around since the beginning, I think. And then you just clean it off on something else, clear it, and that's it. We won't do the other one. I love my blender pens too. I'm going to put a little bit of copper on those little dots, I think. Let me see once. Where is my copper? I don't know. Oh, it's in my, let's see. No, I don't know where it is. Here it is. This is light copper clay, and I'm just going to make these a little darker. That's the reason I'm using the actual blends. I'll do the same thing in here. Just touch the tip very quickly, like that. I keep I have the Stampin' Up rack in front of me that I use for my blends. Okay, this is now going to, and I love it actually. I don't know how I'm going to move it. It all comes apart, of course, but I have it all arranged, and then I'm going to have to redo it at the new house. I've got something on there. This one's going to go on. This is going to be like this. Oh, I have something right there. I don't know what it is. It's not adhesive because it's not coming off. I'm going to use my little monochromatic. You can get these at any on Amazon, I think is where I usually get them. They're sand erasers, and that'll just, I'm going to just trying to get, maybe I'm going to use a gem right there. I can't get that little, oh, it's coming off. It's coming off now. So, because I won't use a gem on that. There we go. Good. It will sort of erase the ink if it's not too dark. Okay, I'm going to open this up. And now this is only going to be partial. So I'm going to put this right here for our writing. And add that. Just like that. A space for writing. Just a small amount of writing. Just the right kind. This would make a good card for a get well, or someone who's in the hospital. Our friend Kathy, who's going to have her kidney donated tomorrow. We all hope and pray that the Lord will bless her for sure, and keep her and her donor in your prayers. So here's our card. Here's the other one, almost identical. Oh, we forgot the gems. We're going to use the copper clay gems from the same package. And maybe we'll put them on a little differently this time. I don't know. Let's see once. We could use, I think we'll just take your pick tool. I got to get the gummy part of this is just twist it, and some new will come. And there's a replacement for that too. I'm going to put one right there and another one. These are really stuck on there very, very tightly. There we go. Very well. And our card is finished. What do you think? We have made 3 different cards today. We have those. So which is your favorite? This one with the band. This one with the Misty Moonlight, or the Moody Mauve. I don't know if you can see all those in the screen or not, but they're all easy, fast cards using the wonderful set called Courage and Faith. And I do hope that you will get this. I think it's good to, if a lot of people will buy this set, maybe Stampin' Up will have more stamps with Bible verses. I think they're terrific. So anyway, that's $1 million set by the gal in the catalog. So, okay, which is your favorite? Copper clay. Oh, you like the flat pan. Moody Mauve is beautiful. Oh, thank you very much. You all like the band. Hi, Becky. That's okay. You can always go back and watch it from the beginning. No problem, because it's all recorded. So, oh, I'm glad you liked it, ladies. So, I hope that you'll give me a thumbs up, hearts, all those things. Let us know. Be sure you subscribe to my channel and comment. And if later, I will put this on YouTube as well. So, whoops, we're a little crooked there. Okay, let's turn the camera. There we go. Oops, I forgot to turn the camera there. You can see my my blends in there. Oh, I'm glad you liked all of them, Martina. Let's see, we'll get this turned. There we go. And you can see, I have, right here, my cases are empty. So a little bit of this room is already packed up, and we're going to do more this afternoon. So I had to, they're blank spots right there, so I had to cover them up. Oh, you like all of them. Thanks, Becky. Appreciate that. Okay, girls. I appreciate you watching today and following along, Jean. Oh, thank you so much. And I'll go back and read all your comments and I'll do that. And then I'll post things. I'll post the directions for you, and I will post pictures tomorrow also I'll put the pictures up tomorrow, but the video will be there today and all the directions will be there too. So, alrighty, thank you so much. I appreciate you tuning in today and watching while we made 3 beautiful, easy, fun cards. Alrighty, hopefully I will see you next Tuesday in my new house. I can't promise you that. Don't know how the internet's going to work. Hey, Catherine, good to see you this morning too. So you remember, you can always go back and watch from the beginning if you missed it. So, and thank you for sharing. I appreciate that too. Alrighty, thanks so much, ladies, and I hope to see you real soon. Bye.